many horror movies and heard so many stories over the years, but none of that prepared me for Halloween in 2019. I was 13 at the time and was going out with a few of my friends and walking around going into dark woods and shit like that. After about half an hour to an hour, we decided to take a break on a field near a forest. For a while we were just sitting, eating and watching horror movies on my phone. If we were watching a movie on Netflix, I could swear I noticed something in the woods. Cliché, I know, but I honestly thought I did. Now, despite my love for the horror genre, I can get very paranoid very fast, so I was on edge for a while. Two of my friends, Aaron and Caden, needed a piss, so they walked over to the woods, the same spot where I thought I saw something. After about 5 minutes, they came back and showed us a knife. I asked them where they found it, and they said they found it in the woods not too far from where they were. I was even more concerned now and told them what I saw before. They obviously didn't believe me and just laughed at me, which wasn't surprising. After a while, they decided we were going to go walk around town again. I just agreed but needed a piss first. At the same time, I forgot about the knife and the thing I saw, but whilst I was there, I remembered, and when I finished, decided to have a quick look to see if I could find anything. It was almost pitch black in the woods, so I turned on my phone torch. As I walked around, I noticed something which gave me a heart attack. I noticed a guy in a plain white mask staring at me. I was terrified, but I thought the best option was to turn around and without letting him know I'd seen him, quickly walk away. I could hear leaves crunching nearby, which was scaring me even more. And then my phone rang. It was Aaron. He asked where I was, and I said I was coming now. He said okay, and to meet him and the others at our nearby McDonald's. I told him okay and hung up the phone. I just realised the leaves had stopped crunching, so I turned around, but I didn't have the balls to shine my light off and look. But I wanted to know if he was still there, so with all the bravery I had left, I shined it up and then screamed. The guy was sprinting right towards me with a second guy wearing the same creepy white mask, both holding I sprinted as fast as possible to McDonald's. It took about 5 minutes, but I made it. However, the two guys didn't stop chasing me until I reached McDonald's car park. I went inside and found them all sat at a table. I told them all what had just happened, and they were all shocked. I decided I wanted to go home since it was late and was still petrified from what just happened. My friend Aaron was sleeping at my house, so he walked home with me, which made me feel a lot better. As we got to my house, I noticed something walking down the street, and then when they got into light, I realised it was the same two guys from before. I basically launched myself and Aaron inside the house. As I locked the door, I told Aaron to just run upstairs fast and call the police, which he thankfully did without hesitation. In case you are wondering, my parents were out at their friend's house for a few hours, so going to them was not an option. I closed the blinds and sprinted into the kitchen and grabbed a knife just in case. As I ran upstairs, I heard pounding on the door, which made every bit of bravery I had left immediately disappear. I ran upstairs and found Aaron hiding in my parents' wardrobe on the phone to the police. I sat down with him and we just waited for it to be over, until finally we heard sirens outside, which made us both jump for joy. We leaped out of the wardrobe and ran downstairs as a man knocked and shouted police. We opened the door and was greeted by two officers. They came in and asked us questions. We told them everything and they left to look around for the two guys. We called my parents and told them, and despite them being drunk, they took it seriously and ordered a taxi. We also called Aaron's parents and told them, and they were shocked and worried, but Aaron said that he still wanted to stay, and I'm glad he did because I don't think I could have stayed on my own and waited for my parents. A few days later, we heard that two guys in white masks have been walking around at night with knives and even stabbed someone. Luckily, they were arrested, which was really good to hear, and I can finally sleep at night. I used to love Halloween as a kid, dressing up, going trick-or-treating. I've had a lot of fun memories. However, I did have one experience that has stuck with me my whole life. I was 11 at the time and I was going trick-or-treating with a few of my friends who I'll call Chris, Kyle and Will. We headed out at about 8 o'clock and hit a few houses. After a while we decided to take a break because we were tired from walking. We walked over to a nearby park and sat on a bench and ate some candy. Whilst we sat down, I looked over at a house across from the park and saw a clown looking at us from a window. It freaked me out, but I didn't make a thing of it and assumed it was someone trying to scare us. We decided to go and get some more candy, so we got up and headed across the street. After we hit about 4 other houses, we came to one that I thought looked familiar. I thought nothing of it until Kyle rang the bell, and then it came to me. It was the house I saw the clown at earlier. I was a little nervous, but again, didn't think much of it. After a bit of waiting, we rung the bell again, and nobody answered, so we left. As we were leaving, I looked through the window, and I saw another clown, even creepier looking than the first, stood staring at me, with his head to the side, and a huge grin on his face. I was getting a little more freaked out now, but I still put it to the back of my mind. After a few more houses, we headed home. We were all having a sleepover at Kyle's house, so we walked there. Whilst we were walking, I was feeling paranoid about the clowns I saw, and every minute or so I was looking over my shoulder. I didn't say anything the first few times, so I was calming down, until I decided to look one last time, and then I saw 2 clowns, the same clowns from before, walking fast behind us. I was now in panic mode, and told all my friends about the clowns. They just said it was probably 2 arseholes trying to scare us and not to be a pussy. I just agreed and tried to put it to the back of my mind once more. When we got inside, Kyle's dad told us that he and Kyle's mum were going to bed and that he'd ordered a pizza for us all. Kyle thanked him and they went to sleep. After a while of playing on Kyle's PS4, we decided to watch some horror movies. We decided to watch the original Halloween since it was Halloween. After about 20 to 30 minutes into the movie, we heard a knock at the door. I got worried again, thinking of the clowns from earlier, but thankfully it was just our pizza. As we finished the movie and were searching for more movies to watch, we heard a knock at the door. We were confused since the pizza was already delivered. Since Kyle's house had a doorbell camera, he checked it on his phone. We looked and saw nothing, and we were even more confused. I was completely terrified and wanted to go to sleep, but Chris and Kyle wanted to go outside and look to see if they could find anything. I heard them open the door, and then quickly close it. In a panic, they rushed inside and told us to be quiet. We did without hesitation and waited for a few minutes. After about 5 minutes of waiting, we heard a loud bang on the door, and then one at his conservatory door. We then heard a scream, the scream of a mentally insane person. And then we heard a laugh of the clown. They kept pounding on the doors as Kyle's dad ran downstairs to see what was going on. His dad realised it was coming from outside, so he angrily pulled open the door and grabbed the clown. Will called the police as we looked out of the window and saw Kyle's dad picking the clown against the wall. The second clown came and pulled out a knife and stabbed Kyle's dad in the arm, making him let go of the clown. They both ran off, and that was the last we saw of them. The police arrived, and we showed them the footage because the doorbell camera had recorded it all. But because the clowns were wearing a costume and makeup, the police couldn't find them. Still, we told them everything, and they said that they would stay in their cars and keep watching in case they came back. I don't think the clowns were ever caught, which still freaks me out to this day. Kyle's dad ended up okay in the end. Luckily, for a few weeks after the incident, I was having nightmares. I eventually managed to get over it, however, I still think about it sometimes, and it still terrifies me to this day.